The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is CNEagles.com. I'm Eric Kane, joined by Carson Newman, Director of Tennis, Gene Love. Coach, the Southern Conference released their polls earlier this morning, preseason polls. The guys finished in 9th, and the girls were slated for a tied in the 7th spot. I know that doesn't have a lot to do with, this season. Basically goes off last season. But what are you going to do to put your teams back in that top tier in the South Atlantic Conference?
Well, exactly. Polls are polls, and based off of our performance last spring, that's probably about right, which really has nothing to do with this season because we have two different teams. Mm-hmm. We have some recruits that are going to step in and help us out. We have some good senior leadership that's going to help us out. We also have had a productive fall season in terms of getting our fitness where it needs to be and in what we're doing now leading into our first match in February. So I think we're going to be better tennis teams this spring. And hopefully, my philosophy has always been is you got to take care of yourself. You got to do your stuff well. All right, and then because that's about all you can control. You cannot control a lot of other factors, but the one thing you can control is the effort you give and what you are trying to do and trying to execute each day in practice, in the weight room, in the running drills, in match play. We can only control ourselves, and so that's what we're focused on, and I think that we're going to play better tennis this season.
You touched base on it a little bit, but you guys didn't get a match in the fall, and with the weather being how it is, how have you been able to train and prepare for this season despite the hardships of Mother Nature?
Well, that's been kind of interesting because up until the last 24 hours, the weather hasn't been too bad for January here in East Tennessee. It's been relatively mild. And we've gotten in several practices so far. Even the days when the temperature might not have been the greatest, the wind chill was negligible. So we've been able to get out, and we've probably gotten in 5 to 6 practice sessions outdoors, which is incredible when you think of this time of the year. So I feel good about that. We've also resumed our conditioning program after the holidays. And the players are working hard. They're making some good progress there. I just love the effort they're giving and what they've done to buy into this. Because we condition early in the mornings, and that's not everybody's favorite time. But I have a captive audience then. No labs, no classes. Mm-hmm. And they've really bought into it, and we're being very productive there. So. We've had a little setback here in the last, 48 hours with the weather, and the weather this weekend doesn't look real good. But I'm hoping I don't think that's going to affect us because we've gotten in some decent practice prior to this little spurt of snow. So temperatures are looking to warm up next week. So I'm feeling pretty good about where we are right now.
Overall, you welcome back a slew of returners, a pretty veteran team on both sides, but you also welcome in a healthy crop of newcomers, some freshmen, a transfer. How are you, who should we be on the lookout for this season, whether it be a returner or a newcomer?
In terms of the women's team, we have a newcomer, a freshman from Crossville, Tennessee, Allie Harris, who has immediately stepped in and made an impact. She will be playing at the top part of our lineup in singles and doubles. As well as the returners that are going to help us toward the top part of that lineup. You're going to look at senior Patricia Guerrero, Jill Crosado, Sydney Leddington, a returner, will also be helping us out. Brooke Sanderson, the senior, will be helping us out. We've also got some freshmen that are, besides Allie, Gabrielle Wood has worked her way into our top 6 singles and also in our doubles lineup. And so those are some of the folks that at least going into the season are going to be providing us with a blend of leadership, experience, and some newness with some talent. So that's going to be very helpful. On the men's side, we have a lot of talent and experience coming back from J.P. Oliveira, Stefano Dotza, Juan Perez, that nucleus that we've had here over the last several years. J.P. has, and all of them have made great strides, but J.P. in particular stepping up and playing one singles, and this will be his, third season playing one singles, his second season to play one, probably the whole season, but he's just growing by leaps and bounds and providing us with some good stuff there. We've got some returners. Obviously, they're going to help us. Kevin Mendes, Jordan Knott, Taylor Berry, Lee Presson, along with a couple of newcomers. Mark Bantel has worked his way into our top 6 singles and doubles lineup as well. Jesus Saenz is also going to help us out. We've just got a good blend right now, and on the men's side, we're only losing one of those as a senior, Juan. We're only losing him, so we've got us a really nice nucleus for the future. But so we do have a blend of newcomers and experience that will help us out. So we're going to be really on both sides a much different team this year.
Well, thank you and best of luck this season.
Thank you, Eric.
She is Carson Newman, Director of Tennis, Gene Love. I'm Eric Kane, and this is SeeingEagles.com.